Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for the season finale of the first season of Sci-Fi's Z Nation. Wow! Alright, so what is far more scary than a bloodthirsty fresh turned zombie? The dude that engineered them. Yeah, so this season finale really surprised me. I mean, this show is such a weird one. They go from kind of it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's so different between the different episodes and kind of the different takes that and just the styles and the way it goes. It changes all the time, but you know, I after Murphy's Law, because I really enjoyed Murphy's Law, and I've really been enjoying it as of late, especially because I think Murphy is a really interesting character. Spoiler warning, by the way. They chose to end the first season on a huge cliffhanger, which I thought was strange because they were not. It wasn't sure right off the bat that they were going to do a second season of Z Nation. But after seeing this one, you can see why they confirmed it. And yes, a second season has been confirmed. So don't worry, we're going to see what happens next season. But, you know, how's it going to go? What could possibly happen at this time? Maybe I should do some predictions for Z Nation Season 2. I don't know. I guess I will. Because this one is one I could talk about, you know, on the different possibilities for quite a while. So this episode was intense, man. It was insane. I especially like what they did with this doctor, Kurian, who, you know, he gives a fake name and that kind of stuff at first, and we get to see a bunch of flashbacks with him and how he kind of gathered different, I want to say, like samples of different crazy diseases that were out there, so that he could, it seems, combine them, so to speak, to create what you can think of as like the modern day zombie virus, I guess, or well, it's not specifically stated that he was. I believe it's implied that he's basically the one who engineered what we think of as zombies. So he took from a bunch of different, heavily contagious and different, maybe not contagious, but he took from a lot of different, diseases or just infections, and it seems to me like he spliced them together and he created this, out of Colorado, which is in the Z Nation world, which was really just crazy interesting to see, and he was super scary, especially in all the flashbacks when he would take the needle and he would take out brain matter through the nose. So he would go into the people's noses who were infected, and he would extract the stuff. And then we didn't get to see him actually, engineer, create the zombie virus. But, they say they're working on a vaccine. But it seems to me more like, they were working on actually creating it. Especially because you saw the monkeys and, the different House of Horror type, people that were in and around the site where they were at. So, really scary character, and I thought he was a really interesting one to see in a zombie apocalypse. I've never really seen anything like him before in a zombie apocalypse show. Now, Z Nation doesn't always take itself seriously. It's kind of got that sort of that edge where it has the comedy mixed in, it has the silliness, and it's over the top, right, at the same time. So it's got all that kind of mixed together. But I find it to be a really fun formula that, it certainly makes a show interesting to watch. Even if it's not always realistic, even if it's not always, what we're used to in terms of like a zombie apocalypse versus all other movies basically and shows like The Walking Dead, of course, and others. It's really got its own niche. It's got its own thing, and I just find it to be really, really fun. So that doctor, I thought he was really scary, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with him next season, and really what they're going to do next season at all. Like, are they going to just kill off everybody, like all of our season 1 characters? At this point in this series, I don't feel comfortable at all thinking that anybody's really safe, especially after the finale and that, thinking that, okay, well they'll survive and their story will continue. Who knows? The second season could start out and they could kill everybody, and then we'd follow like a new group or something in the second season going forward. So I don't know, but anyway, I'll leave that kind of for if I do a predictions video on it, which I probably will do this week at some point, because I kind of want to give my thoughts on that. I think that's fun to because you just don't know, right? It's so unpredictable. The show, like in the character deaths in this one, major spoilers. We see Cassandra. She finally dies completely. Even though she's been hurt, she's been injured, but she fully dies in this one. And Murphy gives her some kind of, ability to be a zombie and yet kind of have what he has, so she can also talk and communicate and think as well at the same time. And then you have Doc, who gets shot, who I shouldn't say he's dead, but it sure looks like he would be because he got shot in the left side, near where the heart is. So I wouldn't think he'd be able to survive that. So I guess I shouldn't count that as a death technically, but it's pretty damn close to one. In addition to that, we've got Murphy who's starting to significantly shed his skin, and it seems to me he's dying very slowly. His body is decomposing slowly, and this vaccine, so to speak, that he's been given, even though it may prevent him from becoming infected with, like when he gets bitten by a zombie and totally dying, it seems that it itself is actually killing him slowly as well. So then in addition to all of that, you've got nukes flying all over the place due to the quarantine. A whole bit. I mean, not just one, many. And, one of them is headed towards DJ Qual's character, Citizen Z. And why that is, I think it's because he was messing around, so it had some kind of targeting system where if somebody went to hack into it or something, it would target them or something of the sort. That's my interpretation of it. I'm not too big on the the protocols and procedures of that type of part of it, but that's what it seemed like to me. But anyway, you see these nukes flying all over the place, and we got to see is it Annie? I believe it's Annie at the sisterhood thing, and Mac. I'm pretty sure it's Mac. So I'm not the best with names. I'm still getting used to everybody in Z Nation, but as soon as we get used to them, they may get killed off anyway. So maybe it doesn't even matter anyway. But you even get to see them that they're both still alive, surprisingly, which was a cool reveal as well. And that there's a nuke flying overhead that probably would kill them. I would think they're probably within range of it. Or, I would think so. So, wow, what else can I say about the finale? It was, I'll keep it kind of short because I don't know how many people are interested in Z Nation at this point, how many people have stuck with it all the way through the season, but I definitely do not regret sticking with it. I don't regret doing the reviews I have done for it. I think it's been a lot of fun, and I am really excited to actually see the second season of it. Admittedly, I am. I mean, it's kind of like it's a really great zombie apocalypse TV series that has its own thing. It's not at first, even though sometimes I thought it was a ripoff of The Walking Dead. It's clearly not. It's clearly its own thing that has its own story, and I think the writing is good too. Like even though the production value, the production quality might not always be the best, I think the writing has been really interesting, and they've really shown us some different things that we really only got to see in zombie apocalypse movies like World War Z and stuff, where you have some of these other concepts and like mutant zombies in this one, and bioengineering and weapon engineering. Because I've done videos myself talking about how the zombie apocalypse could start, and years ago. And the thing I said was that if it was to happen for real, it's gonna be the U.S. government or somebody like that who engineers it. So you've got this rogue wanted doctor who I guess is responsible for it. But did so through military sites in the U.S. So it makes sense, right? If it's going to be somebody, it's going to be the U.S. government. So aside from that, some funny stuff was when they were going into decontamination and 10,000 sneaks a peek. That was funny. Eyes up front, young man. That was funny. The House of Horrors was really scary. The mutant zombies was really scary. Murphy has like superpowers now. He rips their heads off or something. I don't know. It's just silly, but it's fun. I liked it. And I mean, aside from that, it's just a crazy, exciting finale to end it up on. So surprisingly, I'm actually going to give Z Nation's finale a 9 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. I think it did justice to the first season, and it even surpassed it by giving us a really cool villain and giving us this uncertainty of no idea where they're going to go with it from here, and being interested, so that it doesn't feel random. It doesn't feel like, craziness, but at the same time feeling that it's unpredictable, which is a nice feeling, you know, to really not know who they're going to kill now, because they could kill anybody or they could kill everybody. Let me know what you guys thought about the finale. I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. And I mean it. Yeah, it deserves it too. It was great. So a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys thought if you got a chance to check it out. If you are interested to see a predictions video on what I think is going to happen next season and whether or not they're just going to kill everybody, because it sure looks like that might be the case, write in the comments below. If you like this quick little review, please thumb it up. And as always, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing it, favoriting it, I always appreciate it. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, you like Z Nation, you want to see my reviews next year, why don't you go ahead and subscribe. Be doing the reviews next year. And yeah, that's it for this one, guys. See you for the next video. As always, it's Trev. Maybe the predictions video. Let me know if you want to see it, though. As always, it's Trev. Say peace, guys.